Hello everyone and welcome back to AustinTalks, where today, happy National Science Day, where today I will obviously be going over science. Now, frankly, this video was actually convenient because I was just writing up a science video that I would upload, but then I found out that on the 28th it was going to be February. It was going to be National Science Day. So I thought, what better day to release it? So just a thought that I would do something to do that because just a bit more convenient. And just an FYI to people, I know I've literally released 2 videos in the last month. I do understand, actually 3 videos in the last 4 in the last month, 2 months. Yeah, and I know that's next. Like, I've had so many things planned. I've had so much work to do. Like, I'm now, if you saw my school term 1 review, I have so much work that I don't have time. But I have been doing some more stuff behind the scenes. I've got more stuff coming on Austin Talks, more stuff coming on Austin Plays. I've got 2 specials that will have a Quantum Mania review as always. It's just like time management has been so hard, and unfortunately Austin Talks on my channel had to be delayed a tad bit, but it's not something I want to give up because I do enjoy doing it. So obviously I'm going to continue. So enough of that. Yeah, so let's just get right into it. So first off, what is the point of the video? Now, whilst the obvious reason would be because it's National Science Day, but because in general, without science, we wouldn't actually be here today, on the 28th of February. Biology, chemistry, and physics, they all play a part in our lives and how we know it, and it establishes the point in why we keep going today. Like, physics is why is important because it's how we understand life. Biology, I literally wouldn't be here without it. Chemistry, it's I'm kind of lost for this one. Like, chemistry, it's actually how we would have discovered many elements to the way we live. Chemistry, we learned certain stuff like, say, citric acid. That's how we eat. Chemistry helped us find many elements that we help, like the periodic table. We need calcium. That's an element. Yeah, they all have their importance. Now, types of sciences. Now, there are 3 actual sciences, but we need to keep in mind all of them keep a load of science topics within themselves. Like biology, as it says here, an organism, antibodies, nucleuses, like plant cells, microorganisms, and like genes. They all have different topics, and I can say with confidence they all play parts in our lives. But there is one that discovered the way of life and still be proven today. If you know me, I think you can guess what it is, and that type of science would be physics. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, the writing's not popped up. Oh, you are kidding. Nope, okay. That's wonderful. Well, this is unfortunate. Well, we'll just say physics. Physics is, if we go back, so the types of sciences, physics is how we it's how we understand the way of life. It's how we understand the world. It's how we understand space. Astrophysics, astronomy. Yeah, but physics, it's how human race became how it is. It's evolution. It's everything, and it's everything from when science was actually discovered to the part we are at now. And now science was discovered at like a specific time, but it dates back to longer than you can imagine. And I know that's that's sensitive to some people, And I get that. Like people are different, but you have to also understand that like certain parts of science do match, but not other people's opinions. So yeah. Right, now let's go on to it. Now, why is it my favourite? Whilst many people say it, the most boring. Let me try that again. People say physics is the most boring science, and when people say this to me, I'm genuinely surprised because in my mind, it is actually the most interesting thing in the world. And quite frankly, physics has discovered the world. So, like, yeah. And also, the thing is, I've said before, like, because I watch Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon, and they're my favourite shows. That's what influenced me to this point. Like, I watched Young Sheldon, then I watched The Big Bang Theory. I mean, which is probably a better way to watch it. And, like, Young Sheldon, he's a brilliant-minded, and like, I'm a kid. I want to be like that. But obviously, you can't. All you can do is try. Like, and it's for the Star Wars people. Like, you do what you do. The Yoda says, "Do or do not." There is no try. Yes, there is try. You can be Sheldon. You can be the smartest one in the room, but in certain way, I'd rather be Leonard, to be honest. But like all this comedy, like the thing with me is like if comedy is mixed with something, I will pay attention. Like with this. Comedy, physics, I pay attention to physics. Comedy, romance, I pay attention to romance. And then, what's another example? Comedy and business, I'll pay more attention to the business. Because comedy is just like a staple for favoritism. So that's why. Now, interesting physics topics. Now, this could be a while as there are a few and I like them all. And so they all consist of thermal physics, which is the one that looks like red waves. And then modern physics is just like the pendulum, where like they're hitting off each other, like because it's vibration. Then you have nuclear physics. If any, like someone guessed that, yeah, it's actually the first one, the moving, which is the icon, like. Because it's always moving in one. Atomic energy is basically the opposite of nuclear. It's just in its own place. It's like nuclear's flying around. Atomic's just in one place, and that's why I chose that specific video to make people understand. Astrophysics, learning about space, learning about the moon. I learned a very interesting fact about the moon today. Because I didn't think it rotates. I thought it just like there's one side that, but it rotates every time. It's like it's like an atom that it keeps on moving. It like in one. I just thought it circled the Earth, not rotates as well. So in classical physics, is just the understanding of physics as well. So that's literally a combination of astro, atomic, nuclear, modern, and thermal. Now, this is not all about that. But I'll get to the rest of the sciences later. There is a reason they are not here. Like there's other types of sciences that I enjoy, and they're not in here, and I will show you why. There's two other types of physics. Physics. That's a reference to Young Sheldon. If you've seen The Hobbit, like he's like, physics is the distress. But no, there's two other types that I'll get onto later. Now. Goodbye. Now, interesting chemistry topics. Now, people down chemistry for specific reasons. I don't mind chemistry. I do kind of like it. Chemistry is the second hand to physics, and whilst physics is superior, chemistry does play a certain part in it, such as chemical analysis. Now, chemical analysis, and there's one thing in here that I kind of have a problem with, so we'll go with chemical analysis, which is the image with the them looking into the like thing with the techie stuff. And then chemical reactions is obviously the nucleus is bombing across. Kinetics, Okay, now people are building outside my room. That's lovely. Kinetics is the graph you can see. Molecular compounds is the atoms, molecules, and compounds. Then nuclear chemistry is the ones where there's a load of pots, and potions where some of them will go kaboom. That's what we love about science. Whenever we go into a class, this is what we expect. Kaboom. That's what every student expects. Now, while this list is a lot shorter, all of these I enjoy because it challenges common sense and physical knowledge. Like, all of this actually links to physics. Kinetics is physics. I am annoyed about that. Like, kinetics is classified as chemistry, but if you think about it, it's just physics. So, yeah, that does annoy me, but like, you can't help it. Now, interesting biology topics. This one's obviously going to be a lot shorter. As much as I put biology to the side, I wouldn't be here without it, and it wouldn't, and also I would not be in a good condition without it. I think we all know what I'm talking about. 2020 to 2021. And like, although those issues were done by biology, and like vaccination, you need the biology to make that. You understand that? What just fell? I think you heard that. Now, there's a nitrogen and carbon cycle. That's basically following what CO2 and sunlight have. Then that's links to photosynthesis. Oh, goody. And then there's vaccines. Now, vaccinations and diseases is really interesting. That, like, when the teacher says, "Oh, we're doing that," and I'm like, "Oh, yes, something. Yeah, it's interesting." And that's interesting. Then the human body is also interesting, but like, I think we all learned that in primary, so like it gets a bit repetitive, but it's still interesting. Now, yes, there are a few, but as I said, these are the ones that fascinate me, and why I continue to with these, like, and that's why I continue with like this. I do like researching into vaccines. I probably won't go into medicine. Photosynthesis, I mean, I know it. It's not interesting. It's the same with the carbon cycles. Like, these are the ones that I know, not just, yeah. Right, favourite physicist, if I've not made this clear. Now, you think I'm gonna be joking, but I really think that these people these people's minds are good, and the people who are who actually come up with this behind the scenes are even smarter, because they're real people. They have to come up with this, and these people, especially Sheldon, is the person who inspired me to dive into physics. Because, well, think about it. I started with young Sheldon, and then I went to Big Bang Theory. Like, I think the reason I love that show is because it makes physics sound so interesting. Because you hear lectures, and then they just make it sound so boring. But this just seems so much better, and it's like making things fun. As I say, it's making things more fun with comedy. Now, yeah, okay, wonderful. So these are the type of physics Austin does not like. There are many types, and it's really hard picking the best ones, but the two I guess I can rule out are geophysics and biophysics, as they have a lot to do with geography, which I would rather forget I ever did. And I'm not a fan of, and biophysics is basically applying the knowledge of physics to biology, which technically you already have to do. But biophysics just makes it even sound interesting when it's not. So this is my opinion. Obviously, like, there's geologists. They're doing amazing work. It's not something I would like to pursue, though. It's the same with biologists, neurobiologists, plant biologists, microbiologists. I don't put them down. It's your interest. It's like acting. Acting ain't my thing. If you want to do that, go on for it. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. It's just something I'm not interested in. That's just me. People are allowed to have opinions. Now, my future in physics. Now, my future can go one of three ways, and all of these still dive into the zone of what I have said in previous videos, plus with a few tweaks. I do see myself being a physicist someday. Maybe a physicist that writes papers or takes further, or being a physicist or a lecturer. I think I'd make a lecturing just a tad bit more entertaining. Now, being a physicist doesn't mean that I would stop writing, cooking, and all that stuff. Like, 'cause cooking, you apply that to everyday life. If no cooking, you can't eat. Well, that's actually not true. And cooking all the stuff, but these are things that could make a big difference in the world, and also still enjoying what I'm doing. Like, imagine coming home from a long day lecturing. All you want is a good meal. You still have to write. And then you're writing papers. I'm already doing that now. It's really nice. And who says I can't still write books? It's just, don't weigh yourself out. I'm going to be realistic with you all. I'm probably not going to be doing this channel when I'm older. This is... I'm not going to lie. It's probably not what I'm going to do. But... like, expressing this stuff, and I can go back to it, like, it is a way to show my interest and show my ambition, what I was like. That's the same with physics. You just need to show it, and I guess AustinTalks is a way of showing that. So, yeah. Right, everyone, and that was supposed to be a short video, but when it comes to physics, I can get a little out of hand. So FYI, I know people, so, like, I'm going to do a Mandalorian all news season and breakdowns things. I don't know much about, like, I know a lot about the Mandalorian, but Star Wars are really good at limiting information, so it takes me a while to do that, so it will probably be out. It's not probably. It will. It will be out after the first episode is released, unfortunately. So it's already done, but it's like all the stuff that needs to go behind it. It will be after the first episode is premiered. It's really difficult. I am sorry. So yeah. Well, other than that, everyone, I hope you enjoyed. It's good to be back. And I've got some special stuff planned for both this channel and the other one. And yeah, so other than that, everyone, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good day. Bye.